All right. Good morning, everyone. Very, very, very good morning. I hope everyone is ready and energetic for today's first live streaming. So, how many of you today are excited? How many of you are willing to learn and hopefully come across certain trade recommendations that can make you earn as well? All right. Let me know in the chat box, how is your morning going? How are you doing, which cities you belong to, and anything that you would want to ask me, right? Let me know in the chat box below. Okay, so let us start with today's first live streaming session. All right, so I would be starting by giving a quick intro. So I am Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience in the financial markets. I have been trading the forex markets, the commodity markets like oil, gold, silver, as well as the US based indice markets, correct? We have the S&P 500, the Dow Jones 30, and the Nasdaq 100. Currently, we are also looking into the Indian share market, whereby we are analyzing the individual Indian stocks for trading recommendations, as well as evaluating the blue chip indices such as the Nifty and Sensex. I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in technical analysis such as supply and demand, price action, order flow analysis, swing analysis, wave analysis, as well as Fibonacci retracement analysis. Now, when it comes to the field of technical analysis, the field is so vast and expansive, but the categories that I have mentioned previously are the ones that I would be specializing in. I have been blessed and, I have had the privilege to be trained and to be mentored by some of the brightest minds when it comes to the financial markets. So, under the guidance of people who used to work as floor traders on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, I have been grateful enough to gain immense amount of knowledge and experience. I have also been successful in handling $25 million worth of portfolio, and on top of that, I have also been able to generate a consistent 30 to 35% profit on an annual basis. Now, you would be asking why Harsh is sharing all this information. I am sharing this vital information with our community members so that they can be rest assured that the information that is being provided by me to you is coming from someone who has the knowledge, who has the experience, as well as the expertise when it comes to the financial markets. So, how many of you are excited for today's first live streaming session? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how your morning is going. Let me know which cities you belong to, right? We will be keeping our live streaming sessions as interactive as possible, right? The more interaction I can get from you, the more reciprocation I can get from you, the better I would be able to gauge, analyze, and understand how well our community members are, getting value from these live stream sessions. Remember, we at Dolphin Markets are here to provide you with high value content, correct? Content in terms of analysis, in terms of hot stock recommendations, correct? Money making opportunities, as well as in terms of education. So you have to be aware that since a huge amount of content which is very valuable is being provided to you, it is in your best interest to keep attending these live streaming sessions. I can see Rocky in the house. Good morning, Rocky. It's always a pleasure to have you during our live stream sessions, and your participation makes the live stream sessions even more alive and active. All right, so coming to the main objective, what do you think is the main objective when it comes to attending these live streaming sessions? Please write down your answers and let me know. All right, so people are saying the objective is definitely to make money, and you are 100% correct. Everyone who is attending these live stream sessions are coming with the main focus of how we can make money. And we have been consistently showing over the past 3 months that yes, it is possible to generate very consistent returns. We have been providing you with hot stock recommendations all the way from mid of September, right? So it's been 3 months and a couple of weeks, and we have been consistently providing you, right? Not just once in a while or a random trade. All the trades are being based on a clear structure with parameters that have been shared, and we have been showing it to our community members since the last 3 months on a real time basis, right? How many people are understanding the impact or the value of our content generation, right? In terms of our hot stock recommendations, over the span of 3 months with 38 trades taken, we have been able to generate a cumulative profitability of 237%. How many of you would love to make these kind of returns? Let me know in the chat box. Based on the cumulative performance, we have been able to generate the value that I had mentioned just based on the recent data, right? Because many of you would be coming and telling, but Harsh, isn't that data old? First and foremost, the data is not old, it is just 3 months, right? Which is very recent data. More than that, all the trades that we have been providing you are being provided on a real time basis, right? The moment a hot stock is analyzed by me and my team, we will be providing it to you. So you have to be sure that the information that you're receiving in terms of hot stock recommendations are being provided at a real time basis. Just based in the month of December, we have successfully generated 41% profitability, right? Isn't that great? Let me know if you yourself would be wanting to achieve similar results in the share market. Do you want to make similar profits in the share market? If yes, let me know in the chat box. Just based on last week, as you can see, a 10% cumulative profitability has been generated last week, right? Two trades which were provided to you. One was based on Hindware AP, which is listed on the National Stock Exchange, the one that you can see on your screen. And the second one is IP rings, correct? So these two trades had been provided to you, and we had successfully accomplished in achieving our 5% profitability per trade. So cumulatively, we were sitting at 10% profit just based on last week, right? How many of you would love to make these returns on a consistent basis, right? These trades are not taken just once in a while. Please bear in mind, I'm reiterating, we have been taking trades of, we have taken more than 30 trades, right? 38 trades to be precise, in a matter of approximately 3 months, with a significant and fabulous percentage, right? That is shown on your screen. We do provide you with hot stock recommendations. Whenever a hot stock is identified by Harsh, I will be making sure to provide it to our community members, right? So you will be getting all the required information, whether it's in terms of the name of the stock, whether it's in terms of the entry parameters, whether it is in terms of the 5%, or whether it is in terms of the possession side. All the necessary parameters are being provided to you. At we provide you with even more parameters in terms of first and second target potentials. But please bear in mind, we have been observing over the last 3 months that the 5% profitability is the right set of profit target level that the markets can achieve on a consistent basis. How many of you are able to understand? Let me know in the chat box. All right. So over the span of 3 months, with an average profitability per target being at 5%, we have been consistently and regularly, right? It is on a regular basis that trades are being provided, as well as trades achieving target, right? How many of you would love to make these kind of returns on your own trading accounts? If yes, do let me know in the chat box. All right. So Rocky is saying, yes, Harsh, we would be wanting to make such kind of returns. And if it is possible for me to showcase to our community members on a real time basis, it is very much possible for you to make money on a real time basis as well. How many of you agree with me? Let me know in the chat box. All right. Since the value of our content is top notch, right? High quality content is being provided, we want to make sure that we are providing information to those who are willing to take action, right? So as of now, since we have just entered into the Indian markets, and we are building our awareness in terms of people, to let them know, to let them understand and be aware that yes, Harsh and Dolphin markets have arrived, and they are showing us with great performance in terms of the financial markets. So since we are creating the awareness in the Indian demography, we are still keeping the doors open for anyone and everyone who wants to be a part of Dolphin markets in terms of attending our live streaming sessions and taking the hot stock recommendations. But please be aware the time is limited. Moving on next month with the fresh year of 2025, we would be shifting our focus from the public live streaming sessions to the private live streaming sessions. So make sure everyone becomes a VIP customer, right? Now you will be asking, Harsh, what is a VIP customer? How many of you have doubts in terms of what is a VIP customer? Let me know in the comment box below. So VIP customers are those customers who are first and foremost willing to be a part of Dolphin markets, right? Opening your accounts with Dolphin markets. Second, willing to take trades on their own demat or trading account when hot stocks are being provided for the Indian share market. All right. Third, they are willing to take action. Remember, many of the viewers who are attending our live streaming sessions are coming with an open mind in terms of looking at what is being provided, but very few are taking action. So we want people who are action takers. And fourth, we want people who are willing to make profits. Are you willing to make profits in the markets consistently? If yes, let me know in the comment box. All right. So based on the information provided, we just want to make sure that we would be shifting from the public streaming sessions to the private streaming sessions, and it is high time, and it is the right time to become a part of Dolphin Market so that we can keep sharing you with all the necessary information that can make you money, right? Remember, Dolphin Markets is a forex service broker provider. We provide you with forex brokerage services, right? You can trade the forex markets, the gold markets, as well as CFD markets on our platform. But unlike our competitors who are just into building their client base by onboarding the clients to utilize their services, we have decided to provide you with much more value, right? So we are trying to showcase our trading profitability in the Indian share market, which we have been phenomenal in, right? 237% just in the last 3 months. And this is to showcase the power that Dolphin markets, the power that Harsh is being able to provide to you. And if we can provide such great value in the Indian share market, where we have just entered, you can be rest assured that we can provide you with much more value when it comes to the international markets, correct? The Forex, gold, and CFD markets. Remember, Dolphin Markets is an internationally established company with over 8 offices across the globe, including in major cities like London, in Australia, as well as in the United Kingdom. So there are many offices. We are well established, and it is in your best interest to be a part of Dolphin Markets. For those of you who might be aware of your high net worth clients, they are already aware of Dolphin Markets and the services that Harsh has been provided, right? So think about it. We are providing you with high value content, and we want you to be a part of Dolphin Market so that you can be making money. You can learn and you can earn, right? When you can combine the learning aspect and earning aspect together, it is a very strong confluence, right, for your success when it comes to the financial markets. How many of you are agreeing and how many of you are willing to be a part of Dolphin Markets? Let me know in the comment box, right? Now, moving forward, today's market conditions have been on a bullish sentiment, correct? Let us quickly have an overview in terms of what is the market sentiment, and then we will get into looking at what our hot stocks are doing, correct? So, in terms of the market sentiment, let me just open my web page. So, in terms of market sentiment, we have been seeing that the benchmark equity indices, right, the Sensex as well as Nifty, have been trading higher, correct? So, the Nifty has been at 23,822, which is almost a change of 69.45 points or 0.29%, right? So more than half. Let me just show you on Nifty. 29 out of 50 stocks have been in the greens. So there have been only 21 stocks which are underperforming and 29 stocks that are overperforming, right? We have companies such as TCS, Tata Motors, Britannica Industries, Hero Motocorp, Nestle India, which have been, advancing and taking the index to higher levels, right? And we had losses which are currently being shown on General Steel, followed by Indus Bank, Cipla, Shriram Finance. Now you have to understand that the reason for today's optimism in the markets, there are many reasons in the markets, and we are going to discuss them in detail, right? First and foremost, you have to understand that with the so-called Santa Claus rally, right, that has been driving Wall Street indices higher, coupled with higher close for markets due to reduced selling by foreign institutional investors. They have broken the last 5 day consecutive losses, with yesterday having that optimism that yes, the markets should be having a bullish sentiment in the coming days, right? So investors are looking to continue the momentum before the markets close for the holiday on 25th of December on account of Christmas celebration. So let me, before continuing, let me make sure that I'm able to wish each and every of our community members a very, very, very Merry Christmas well in advance, so that you will be remembering that Master Harsh was the first one to wish you for Merry Christmas, right? So, looking at the Santa Claus rally, even the US indices had been in an optimistic state of manner, which has trickled to the Indian markets as well, right? So, majority of the sectors as of now have been in the advancing phase. Let me just show you in terms of the overall performance of the indices, right? So we have been seeing that most of the indices, major of the indices have been advancing when it comes to today's performance, right? So with the Nifty 50, 500, 100, next 50, and so on and so forth, we have been seeing strong appraisals in the movement as of today morning, right? There are certain sectors which are, or sorry, certain indices which are taking a hit. We have Nifty Bank, Nifty Metal, the NMC, the public sector undertaking bank, PSU Bank, financials and commodities, which are currently underperforming as of today. But on the overall outlook of the indices in the Indian economy, majority of them have been appreciating in value. All right. I hope that gets you a clear understanding of what is the overall movement of indices. But when it comes to the sentiment, you have to understand that even till now, with the bullish rally or the Santa Claus rally that has been taking place since today morning, there has been only an 18% bullish sentiment in the market, while 38% have still been undertaking a neutral sentiment, right? And a major 43% have been having a clear bearish sentiment. So, based on the overall market sentiment, even though the indices are overperforming, most of the indices are overperforming, the market sentiment still remains bearish. Why is the market sentiment still being bearish? Because of the accumulation of the last 5 days of bearish sentiment, right? But on the other hand, as you can see in terms of the FII, GII data, I'm sure everyone is aware by now what FII and GII is, right? If you know what an FII and GII are, let me know in the chat box below, right? Let me know what does the terms, the two mentioned terms stand for. So in terms of FII, all right, we are getting answers. Yes, foreign investment institution. That is correct. So FII stands for foreign institutional investments, and DII stands for domestic institutional investments. Correct. So based on the last week's data, right, we would be talking all the way from 16th till 20th, right? So we have been seeing that there has been good amount of bearishness with the FII pulling out funds from the economy, right? Because of better investment opportunities in other economies of other countries. But as of today, with as based on the last 5 days, there has been a good amount of outflow. But as of today, we are seeing a net positive appreciation of 2059, right? So overall, the FII cash have reduced their selling pressure intensely, right? From values which used to touch 3,000 crores, 4,000 crores, 1,300 crores, the value of or the intensity of the capitals being outflowed from the Indian economy has reduced drastically with a value of just 168 crores. On the contrary, we have the DII, correct? The domestic institutional investors who have added a huge significant chunk in back into the Indian economy, right? A value which is 2,227. So that is a good amount of positive optimism or news. So we have the Santa Claus rally, we have the net positive money that is being flowed into the Indian economy because the FII have reduced their intensity when it comes to pulling out funds from the Indian economy. So overall, we are having a good sentiment, a good optimism in the markets, and we would be expecting the sentiment to carry on in the future as well. So I hope everyone is understanding the overall basic context of how the market has been performing since today. Now we are going to be jumping into our hot stocks, right? How many of you are excited to look at how the hot stocks are performing, how we have been providing you with hot stock recommendations? All of you who have been interested and excited, let me know in the chat box, all right? So first and foremost, I always want to start by making sure that people are following our live stream sessions. It is very important to be regular in attending our live streaming sessions. For whenever a hot stock is being provided, I want to make sure that everyone is being able to utilize the benefits, right? Since we have been providing you with consistent hot stock recommendations, and we have been proving day after day, week after week, month after month that it is possible to make consistent profits. It is possible for you to attain the same, right? All you have to do is attend all the live streaming sessions, be consistent, all right? And second, keep your trading account or demat account open so that the moment a hot stock is being shared by me to our community members, you can copy paste, you can replicate the details of the parameters of entry, 5% profit target, and position sizing on your accounts as well, right? So how many of you want to make a little bit of profits, and how many of you want to make huge amount of profits, right? Let me know in the chat box below. So everyone is saying yes, we want to make huge profits, right? And it is possible to make profits, huge profits. For that, the two instructions that I've given you, being consistent in attending the live streaming sessions and keeping your trading account open and taking trades on your account, can make you massive profits, right? When it comes to the financial markets. So looking at IP rings, We had provided you this particular hot stock, and the prices had very well attained our 5% profitability. How many of you had taken trades on IP rings, and how many of you had achieved the 5%? Let me know in the comment box. All right, people are saying yes, Harsh. We had taken trades, we had made money, and that is a very good indicator that people are taking action, correct? And how many of you have taken trades on Hindware, right? We had provided you with a hot stock recommendation on Hindware, which was provided on 13th of December, and we had achieved our 5% profit target by 16th of December, right? So last week has been phenomenal. We had been able to achieve a 10% profitability, right? How many of you had taken trades on Hindware and on the other trade that I'd mentioned? Which was the other trade I'd mentioned? Recollect it quickly. So Hindware and IPRing, these were the trades that had been mentioned to you, and these two trades have generated profit. How many of you have taken trades on both the hot stock recommendations, and how many of you have made 10% profit? Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, people are saying yes, Harsh. We have taken trades on IP rings. We have made good profits in the markets. So everyone who have taken trades, and for everyone who has made profits in the two trades, very good job. A big round of applause for everyone who has taken action and who has seen the power of Harsh's live streaming sessions in terms of hot stock recommendations, correct? Now we do have trades which are currently running. Remember, because we are doing our due diligence based on the market conditions and based on a certain methodology that we follow, based on a clear structure. We provide you with high probability trades, right? But everyone who's attending my live streaming sessions will be aware by now that trading is based on probabilities, correct? How many of you agree with me? Let me know in the chat box. Trading is based on probabilities. Trading is not based on certainties. So sometimes when the markets are going against us, we want to adapt to the market conditions, right? Either we can be patient and we can give a lot of time for the markets to correct and then hopefully return, but a lot of time goes into this, right? Rather than that, we improvise based on the market conditions. So when the markets are correcting, we provide you with entry levels that can make you money, right? As in how the market conditions are correcting. But the moment the markets correct, because the overall direction of the markets will generally or majorly be towards the upside. So eventually the markets have to return back to their bullish sentiment, and the trades that we are providing will not also make you much more profit, but will also reduce your average price, right? So the average price reduces, the probability of prices achieving your target increases significantly, correct? How many of you are understanding what I'm saying? We are providing you with trade recommendations, but sometimes when the markets are not running based on, well, it could be microeconomic factors, it could be macroeconomic factors, it could be sentimental factors, it could be policy changes, it could be geopolitical uncertainty. So there are many factors that are out of our control, and we would be utilizing the power of flexibility, right? We want to utilize the power of flexibility so that we can improvise on the market conditions and we can make money. How many of you want to be right when it comes to the financial markets? And how many of you want to make money when it comes to the financial markets? Let me know your answers in the chat box below. So people are saying, yes, Sarge, we want to be right and make money. Some are saying we want to be only right. Some are saying we want to make only money. So you have to understand that being right is just a byproduct of making money. At the end, everyone is here with the main objective of making money. Am I correct? If yes, let me know in the chat box. So, if you are here to make money, and we have been proving ourselves in terms of our hot stock recommendations, stock tracking that we have been consistently providing you with hot stock recommendations that are being able to make money. It is possible. Remember, if you look at the Nifty, right? Let me just show you the Nifty overall, based on the sentiment of Nifty over the past couple of months, right? I'm talking all the way from September. Based on the last quarter, the markets have been having a bearish sentiment. How many of you agree with me, right? The markets have corrected by almost 11.5%. Now, even during the duration of the markets having significant bearish significance, we have been proving, based on our hot stock recommendations, that we have been making money. So even when the markets are correcting, we have been making money, and that is to show you the power that Harsh at Dolphin Markets is being able to provide to you, right? So it is not a matter of being right. It is a matter of how you can make money in the financial markets, right? If you agree with me, let me know in the comment box below. So we were looking at Kriti. Now Kriti had been provided to you with parameters between 170 and 175, right? See how well the markets have been behaving. The markets have come to a very significant area of support that we had been mentioning over the last couple of days, right? Whenever prices come into a strong area of support or a strong area of resistance, remember, I'm not talking about random or ordinary support and resistance. I'm talking about key support and key resistance price levels, right? Whenever the prices come to an area, for example, for this particular hot stock, we are looking that the prices had come in the support key support area around the 158 price level, and the prices have been holding that support structure quite well. So we would be expecting the prices to appreciate in the coming days as well. Let me just put the moving average and let's see what the moving average is showing, correct? So how many of you use the moving average for your own analysis? Let me know in the chat box. So yes, people are saying we use. Some people do not know what a moving average is. No problem. So even in terms of moving average, give me a minute. Let me make it a little more broader. All right. I hope people can see my screen. Good. So in terms of moving average, we are currently seeing that based on the daily time frame, the market sentiment had been bearish, correct? But as of now, since the moving average is being cut by price, again and again over here, we would be expecting a reduction in the intensity of bearishness, right? So the markets that were bearish have been starting to consolidate with an important key support structure around 158. We will be expecting the prices to hold and should be continuing up. How many of you agree with me? Let me know in the chat box below. All right. Now, even in terms of looking at the most important key points, right? We are seeing that we have a very important bearish trend line, right? How many of you agree with this particular trend line? It is touching as many points as possible, right? So we expect that the next time when prices are coming to approach the bearish trend line, we should be aware that since the overall direction has been, down in terms of having a bearish swing with lower highs and lower lows being created, right? So we have lower highs and we have lower lows, right? So with lower highs and lower lows being created, we are currently still having a bearish sentiment. But the market has started to go or consolidate sideways. When such a structure takes place, it is generally an indicator or an early warning or an early indication that prices are consolidating. So there is tendency for the banks and institutions. Remember, we were talking about the FII and the DII data. They are the ones who will start to build position. Please bear in mind, as of today morning, the markets have started to showcase bullish sentiment or net positive numbers based on FII, DII data, right? With the FI data reducing their selling, reducing the outflow of funds intensely, right? And the DII, adjusting based on the FII selling data, and readjusting positions into the market, with the overall sentiment having a positive, a net positive value, right? So it is very important to understand this. With these data coming out, with this sentiment that has been discussed since today's live streaming sessions, we are very well aware that we should be expecting the prices to appreciate in the coming days, right? Now, let me just show you another indicator that we would be using, and that would be based on relative strength index, right? So whenever prices are over, we call prices to be oversold or overbought, right? When the prices are approaching the lower dotted lines are the trigger levels, right, which are basically 30 and 70. Whenever the RSI is around the 30, preferably you want them to cross the parameters, the extremities, but even if they are at the lower end, we do expect the prices to appreciate. So we are getting a lot of confluence, correct? What is confluence? Anyone who is aware what confluence is? So confluence is nothing but the more number of factors, the more number of positive factors that can provide us with a better understanding or with a better probability, right? A certain number of factors that can be cumulated together to increase the probability of a particular trade. That is, in simple terms, called as confluence, right? So we are getting a lot of confluence in terms of the moving average, in terms of the sentiment, in terms of the RSI values as well. Even in terms of MACD that we would be using quite frequently, the histogram has been in the bullish phase. So we are currently seeing that though the markets have not yet given a very clear bullish signal to enter, the sentiment has been bullish since quite a while, right? And we have the histogram to prove it for that. So I hope everyone who has trades, how many of you have taken trades on critical industries? Let me know in the comment box below. So do not worry, it is just a matter of time before we will be seeing bullish optimism in the markets, and we will be, seeing the profits coming in. Even if the markets have to go and approach the opposite resistance trend line, that is very well close to our 5% profitability. We just want the markets to go in our direction by 5%, and we will be closing our trades based on the 5% profitability. Now, whether the markets reverse after that is not of prime concern, because we are here not to be right, we are here to make money. How many of you want to make consistent money in the markets? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. All right. So we talked about Kriti. We will be looking at Annapurna as well. Now, Annapurna, for those of you who are currently in the trade, how many of you have taken trades on Annapurna? Let me know in the chat box, right? Now, based on Annapurna, we are currently seeing that the prices have been more or less oscillating between key resistance structure and key support structure. The overall sentiment, which was bearish, has started to go sideways, right? Whenever the markets, which were previously having bearish sentiment, start to go sideways, that is an early indication that prices should be rallying in the near future. If you agree with me, let me know your answers right in the chat box below. Even based on the current support structure that prices are being sitting, it is currently being held. The prices are being held at the current key support structure, which is around the 337 price level. So we will be keeping an eye on this, and we will be letting you know in terms of any advancements or any updates in terms of additional instructions. Do you understand, right? I hope everyone is understanding. You have any doubts, if you have any queries, please make sure to let me know in the chat box, all right? So that I can be aware about it and I can do my best in terms of resolving that query. Does that sound good? All right, good. So, like we had discussed, based on the trade that was provided on IP rings, we have been successful in attaining our 5% profitability, right? but people who have trades which are running at the level of 230. It was provided around 16th of October. Now, this particular trade, for people who have it running, please be aware that the additional trades that we had provided to you at the lower bottom area, right, which is going to be around the support area, we had already provided to you and we have made good profits. So if you had taken trades based on the parameters that we had provided, the prices have more or less approached the area which we call as the average price, right? Remember, whenever the markets are correcting or reducing in price, right? What do you mean by correction? How many of you understand what is meant by correction? So whenever the prices are correcting, the prices are correcting. How do you define a correction? A correction is nothing but with the prices, approaching a discounted prices. So whenever the prices are correcting and the prices start to go sideways, that is the time that we start to look for strong bullish sentiment. Remember, the markets can travel only in three phases, correct? How many of you are aware of which are the three phases that a market can travel in? So correct, the market can travel in only three phases, right? Up, down, side. Yes, so people are being correct. The markets can travel based on a bearish phase, a neutral, or a sideways phase, right? PHASE, or a bullish or an upward phase, correct? So these are the only three phases that the prices can travel to. Now, based on the current structure that we had provided, the average prices were around the 202 mark. So for those who had taken trades and who have made 5%, should be overall at break even, right? Based on yesterday. So please be aware, for people who are taking trades, we update based on the market conditions, right? We do not believe in just taking a trade and holding. We are wanting you to be more active, and as in how the market conditions are improvising, we would be providing you with updated instructions in terms of adding positions, in terms of any other important information or instruction that needs to be provided. I will be providing it to you. Like I say to all my viewers and my clients, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. Correct? How many of you are understanding what I'm saying? Correct? So we will be moving on to the next important hot stock that we have been looking at, and that is going to be none other than Poonawalla, right? How many of you have trades running currently on Poonawalla? Now, please be aware, as of today, the bank index, the Nifty Bank Index, has still been showing bearish sentiment. But you have to be aware that when the markets are correcting, right, the prices that were previously expensive are being provided at a discount, right? Remember, this is a very important concept for people who are understanding. Discounted prices are being offered for the same stock that were expensive in the past. I keep giving you an example of, for the beautiful women who are attending our live streaming sessions, I always give the example of a bag, right? A handbag such as Gucci, Chanel, Versace, Shein. So whenever a bag is being provided to you, for example, at a cost of $100, right? Just an example, and if the price reduces and you're getting the same handbag at a discounted rate, let me just say to you, for example, the bag is being offered to you at $60. Wouldn't you go and buy that bag, right? If you want that particular handbag and you are aware that the handbag is being offered to you at a discounted price, there is no place in the world that people would not be willing to buy, correct? People would be running mad and would be buying that product because the same product is being offered at a cheaper price. So you have to understand that whenever the prices are being offered at a discount, the prices are being offered at a discount, right? With the corrections taking place, the prices are being reduced lesser and lesser. So for the same share of Poonawalla, which was approximately around the levels of 500 around April of 2024, the same price of Poonawalla is being offered to you at around 300 approximately. So that itself shows that there is almost a correction of 200 rupees per share, correct? And that is very, very, very crucial to understand. So looking at the current context of what this particular hot stock is showing, we are currently seeing that first, in terms of the MACD, there is good amount of bearish sentiment. But let me just put on the other indicator which is important, and that is going to be relative strength index. You can clearly see that whenever the relative strength index is approaching to the extremities, right, the 30 level or the 70 level, whenever the prices approach the 30 level, which is on your screen, as you can see, the prices have more or less always shown a good amount of bonds bounce in the future, correct? So if it has been happening in the past, we expect it to happen in the future as well. So based on the most recent data, the MACD is much below or is almost at the extreme uh, um, underbought level of around the 30 price area, so 30 level area. So we would be seeing a good chance for the stock to appreciate in value. So for those who have the trades running on Poonawalla, it is just a matter of time before the market starts to appreciate in price, right? How many of you are agreeing with me? Let me know in the chat box below. All right, we looked at hind oil. In terms of hind oil, we have been showing that the prices have been more or less reacting from a very strong area of a key support structure, right? With also indications of price creating the formation of a typical inverted head and shoulders, right? When the markets have been correcting and a formation such as an inverted head and shoulder takes place, the general tendency is for prices to appreciate. So we will be keeping an eye on this. We had discussed about the stock again and again since the last couple of days, and we have been informing that based on the seasonality report as well, correct? So the seasonality report, which basically showcases the movement of price for the previous years, have also been showing good amount of inclination, correct? So we will be keeping an eye, and we will be expecting that the coming time, whether it is the end of December or the start of January, we would be seeing that the prices would be appreciating, right? So there's only a matter of time, and we are getting a lot of confluence from the other factors. So we will be keeping an eye on this as well. And if any other necessary information has to be provided, it will be provided to you, right? We looked at Gilgave Plastic. How many of you have trades on Gilgave Plastic? Let me know. Well, technically, you should not be having trades on Gilgave Plastic because we had made good amount of profits on Gilgave Plastic, correct? We had provided you with additional entries on Gilgave Plastic, and based on those additional entries, we had done quite significantly well. We had provided you, let me just show it to you quickly, based on our stock tracking, the trades that had been provided to you on Gilgave Plastic, right? Just give me a minute. Now, based on the trades that have been provided to you on Ghee Dave Plastic, everyone should be aware that you should be sitting at a great profitability, right? 28% has been made just on the stock of Ghee Dave Plastic. So even though the markets are correcting, we always provide you with additional trades that can make you money. We improvise based on the market conditions, and based on the stock of Gildev that was provided to you on 9th of October, 24th of October, 7th of November, as well as 21st of November, we have been great in achieving great results, right? How many of you have taken trades that were provided to you on Gildev Plastic? Let me know in the comment box below. So in terms of deal, Dave, it's not just about you're not just taking one trade and forgetting about it. You have to improvise as in how the market conditions are being taking place on a real-time basis. Correct. So for those who have taken trades on deal, Dave, overall you should be making good amount of money, right? So if someone has a trade that is just based on this particular price level, which is around the 329, you need to take all the trades, right? Not just one trade, but all the trades, so that you can be making money. we have been sitting at 28%, right? Just on Gildev Plastic over the last couple of months. Now, moving on to the next trade, hot stock that we had provided to you with a trade on RBL Bank. Now, please be aware, even on this particular hot stock, we had been clear in terms of making good amount of profits, right? So RBL Bank had been provided to you not once but twice, right? So we had provided, let me show it to you quickly. We had provided to you with a parameter of entry around the 150 153 area on 14th of November, and that has been able to generate a 10% profitability. Sometimes the market gives us more than what we expect, correct? And that is the power of the financial markets. The market can take more money from people for those who do not know what they are doing, but for those who have a clear structure and who have a plan of action, sometimes the market is generous and it gives much more, right? So we have been able to generate 10% profitability on RBL Bank as well. So if you have a trade that is currently running at the entry price between 200 and 205, we had informed all our viewers that the prices had attained the average price, right? When the prices had reached to the average price of the two entries, which is around the 179 area, we had informed our clients that please close both the positions and it is okay to exit at break even. Remember, we are providing you with consistent hot stock recommendations, not one or two. So we will provide you with better opportunities in the future. It is not about holding on to your trades just to be right. You are here with the main objective of making money. Am I correct? How many of you are coming to these live streaming sessions with the main aim of making money? Let me know in the comment box. So if you are here with the main aim of making money, please follow all our instructions, correct? Even in terms of Muthoot Finance, we had provided you with additional entries on this as well, right? Let me just show to you quickly. In terms of Muthoot Finance, so the stock based on Muthoot Finance, one second. So we had provided you with two entries, with one entry achieving our 5% profit target, right? That is the power that we at Dolphin Markets are being able to provide to you. So with the trades that have been provided to you based on Muthoot Finance, you should be well aware that you have been making money, and even if we do need to provide you with additional instructions, we will let you know, right? The markets have more or less come into a very strong area of resistance and support. The prices are oscillating between key support structure and key resistance area, and we are even looking based on the RSI, right? Now please bear in mind the power of the RSI indicator is immense, right? Whenever the prices reach the undervalued territory of 30, we do expect the prices to appreciate in price, right? Whenever I have marked the lines, as you can see on the screen, whenever the prices are approaching the undervalued territory, even right now the prices are very close in terms of approaching the undervalued territory. So we will be keeping an eye on this, and overall there should be bullish sentiment that shall be coming into this particular stock as well. I hope everyone is getting the point, and I'm sure people who have taken trades, we will provide you with better hot stock recommendations so that you can make even much more money in the financial markets, right? Let me just give you a quick overview. So these have been the hot stocks that are currently running, and it is fine. You know, overall, it is not about being right, but being in terms of making money. We are here in terms of making money and not being right. So you have to be clear that we are looking at our net positiveness, right? Net profitability. So for those who have been taking consistently all our trades, you should be aware that you are net positive, right? Even though we are showcasing our overall profitability, right, based on the values that have been shown on your screen, we have been sitting at 237. But even if you include the trades that are currently running, you will be easily, for sure, net positive at a very good profit, right? I remember we had Sophia, who is one of our community members, and she has been making a net profitability of 120%, right? So even a net profitability of 120% is immense, is magnificent, right? So please make sure to be a part of Dolphin Markets and keep learning by attending our live streaming sessions, and by taking our hot stock recommendations you can make good amount of money, right? I hope everyone has had a good understanding for today's live stream sessions. The markets have been bullish with optimism in the markets, followed by the Santa Claus rally, and with the FII reducing the outflow of funds, there has been a net increase in the FII DII data, and that has been showing a good amount of bullish sentiment in the markets as of today morning. Based on the hot stocks that we had provided, we have achieved profitability of two hot stocks that have been provided last week based on IP rings and hindware. So congratulations to everyone who has taken trades on these two particular hot stocks. We went through all the remaining watch list hot stocks as well, and we will let you know in terms of any updates or add-ons in terms of trades that would be required to provide, right? So make sure that you're attending all our live streaming sessions, because it is during these live streaming sessions that you will be having the power of learning as well as owning. So make sure to arrive again for my second live streaming session, where we will be looking at what are the new improvements or improvisations taking place in the market, and I will see you there, right? So until then, have a great afternoon and return back for the second live streaming session. All right, take care. Namaste.